Hello and welcome to One and All Present. My name is Laksha Jolly and I am an intern at Lexis & Co. I'm a third year law student at New Law College, Pune, and the topic for the day is legal rights every student in India should know. As this topic is really long, the video will be comprised in two parts. The first part is as follows. It is a well-known fact amongst all citizens of India that many of us are not aware of our basic fundamental rights, and it cannot be blamed upon anyone but ourselves. We, from the start of our lives, have been focusing on trying to muck up all the knowledge that has been imparted to us without actually trying to focus whether something is good for us or not. The constitutional rights provide every citizen with the list of rights and remedies that is available to them. But students in India are not aware of their rights and remedies, which makes it all the more challenging for the students to apply the same rights in a proper way. Indian law has not defined the word student with any statutory meaning, which means that all the legal remedies available to a citizen of India are also available to a student. But majority of students are minors, and this makes it a tad bit tough for every student to exercise their rights. The government should pass that laws that focus on the need of the students in order to minimize the prejudices in academics, athletics, and other areas. They may be further protected by codified laws from the arbitrary actions of institutions, individuals, or the state. While the process is underway, students must be informed of their rights in order to safeguard them. And we hope that this article provides the same insight in some of their basic rights. From the fundamental rights which are given to each and every citizen of India, we can understand the rights of every student in India. Well, the first right is right to freedom of speech and expression. The Supreme Court, in a petition submitted by a law student, emphasized the importance of freedom of speech and expression, both from the standpoint of individual liberty and democratic form of our democracy. The Supreme Court ruled that in a democratic constitution that allows changes for the composition of legislature and governments, freedom of speech and expression are essential and must be protected. It is important because when Shreya Singhal filed a petition against the Union of India 2015, Section 5, SCC 1 in 2012, the basic right of freedom and speech and expression was stressed. The final decision came 5 years after the petition was filed. It was a historic decision because it overturned Section 66, Schedule A of the Information Technology Act of 2000, which restricted individuals' online speech. Two justices ruled the measure was illegal because it infringed on Article 19, subsection 1A of the Indian Constitution, which guarantees freedom of speech. Right to information is the second one. While examinees to inspect their answer books, the Supreme Court ruled that the right to information is a part of freedom of speech and expression, guaranteed by Article 19, Section 1A of the Indian Constitution, and that it is the subject of reasonable restriction in the public interest and security, as well as exemptions and exceptions. It is important because the fundamental rights to knowledge has been highlighted in CBSE and ANR versus Aditya Bandyopadhyay and others, 2011. 8. SCC 497, in which students' right to access answer sheets and mark verification was breached. The Supreme Court of India declared in 2011 that any exams answer sheets are subject to RTE Act 2005. Candidates for JEE Main, NEET, CBSE, UGC, NET verification by CBSE, the test authority at the time. Students who want their answer sheet after the order is given to pay ₹10 as an application fee and ₹2 for copies. For pupils below the poverty line category, however, were charged nothing. Right to equality. While laying out the principles to be followed by any educational institution during admission, the Supreme Court stated that if the right to equality and equal treatment of competing candidates is violated, it would be completely just and fair to provide exceptional relief to the candidate alone in such circumstances. It is important because the right to equality was highlighted in Chandigarh Administration and ANR v. Jasmine Kaur and others, 2014-10 SCC 521, where Jasmine Kaur, a Canadian citizen, challenged the validity of the definition of non-resident of India because she was unable to secure admission to BDS course at Dr. Harwant Singh Judge Institute of Dental Science in Chandigarh due to some eligibility criteria. The single judge panel issued a judgment indicating that Jasleen is already qualified for admission and should be awarded a seat in the program without wasting a year. This was all for part 1 of the video. Please stay tuned for the part 2.